tell me when.
Okay.
Okay, we're here, we want to bring out a couple, issue that I have with your DVR. It's a nice system, we like it, but here on our cell phone, okay, we can't get service right now. We have good 3G service, and I've eliminated a lot of the potential problems on the back end, and so I'll show you what we go through to verify and to correct the problem. Okay, first of all is we go into the computer room. You stop recording right now.
When?
Okay, the first thing we check is the program canyousseeme.org to make sure that the ports are open. And we check port 80 and we get success. I can see your service. Okay, so that tells us that the ports are open. Port 101 is for the Android phone, and success. I can see your service on port 101, and then port 8670, and we check that port, and it's success. So the ports are open on the router. I go to Netgear. Advanced setup, port forwarding, and there's the IP address for the router is right here, and these are allowed. These are all the ports, port 80, 101, and 86, 70 ports, and the default, the DMZ is allowed, and on the specific IP address for the router. Okay, we have, I purchased a new router, trying to eliminate problems. We have a dedicated IP, static IP address, so there's no changing of the IP address to cause these problems. Okay, we're in the kitchen, and I'm going to check the network, make sure the network IP address is okay. So if you please turn in. At this point, you notice, and this happens anytime, almost all the time, is the hourglass comes up, and this hourglass will stay on forever. It just, we can wait for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We're doing video time, so I've let it run for an hour and a half, and it's just frozen. Okay, so the only way that I can shut it off is go back to the DVR itself. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the DVR setup that we have, and I press the button in the front to shut it down. And sometimes it shuts it down, sometimes it doesn't. This time it did. Okay, so now what we have been doing is we've been waiting for between 10 and 15 minutes. You really normally have to wait for, like a good 60 seconds to 2 minutes, but I like to give it plenty of time. And we're going to break the video now and come back in about 5 minutes. And I'm going to reboot the system, and what will happen is we'll wait for a couple of minutes, and then I'll have access on our Android phone and internet access. So, but the Android phone using the IP address of the router is a good test, because I can get it anywhere that I have my 3G service, and I've I've tried it. I've left here and gone for 5 or 6 miles away, and it's absolutely perfect. But it only lasts for about an hour, and then we get into where the computer freezes up again. So, you know, in my opinion, I've eliminated everything. I believe it's the Ethernet card on the motherboard that's gone. There's something wrong. Okay.
I'm recording.
Well, we've waited a little bit more than 5 minutes, and we'll start the computer again. Or the DVR, I'm sorry. And now we'll go into the kitchen.
Recording.
Are you recording now? Okay, so right now we're in the kitchen, and what I've done is I've ran a BNC cable over and out, and I have a BNC coming out of the wall and a BNC to VCR. Okay, if you look on the monitor, we're on PM, and that should work there. I'll log on. Okay, and I'm looking for the network settings. I have to work up to see. Okay. Network. And the network, I just double check everything and make sure the network is 192.168.0.4, which is what it's supposed to be. And I hit and okay. I realize that there are a lot of other settings that I didn't go through, but those settings aren't necessary to see that your fingers are in the line. They're not necessary to get the what do you call it? The reception. Okay. Usually after a minute or so, not even that. Okay. All right. I don't know if you can zoom on and see this, but it's perfect. Okay, it comes in on the iPhone. So, just to recap, the problem that we're having with the system is that after about probably 20 minutes to an hour, we lose the Android phone or and the internet, okay? And the screen locks up. It won't power down by using your mouse and your restart mode. Okay, you have to go in and you can and that hourglass will stay on forever. Now, when we first set this machine up, you know, we could on our iPhones we thought it was really nice because we could go to bed with our iPhones on, and if we thought we heard something, check the cameras and. You know, it was really beautiful. But the longer we let it run, and it should be able to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but the longer we let it run, the shorter the time period was that we could maintain internet access or Android access. So I made sure that, you know, my back end, you know, I had the DSL people check AT&T checked my line to make sure that I was getting the proper service, and they said my service was a lot better than average, and I should have my system. I got a static IP address, so there's no conflicts. You know, it just seems funny just that for 20 minutes to an hour, and it used to be longer when we first set up, you know, to me it seems like there's some kind of a problem with the Ethernet card or the motherboard, and I think probably in today's time they're both the same, but I haven't taken anything apart to look at it. So I want you to look at this video, and because I believe what I've proven to you is the motherboard needs to be replaced, and you know, that's about it. And thank you very much. And I think you understand by us going through this video process and going through all these steps that we're just not looking for something is wrong. We just want a system like you designed to work as you intended it to work. It's as simple as that. You know, we have the technology, we have the capability of putting everything together, and we're willing to work with you the best we can. And I think our efforts have shown that we've put our best foot forward. And you know, I don't know really what else to say other than I hope you can do the right thing. And okay, well, thank you very much, and I'll post this and email it to you, and get back to us as soon as you can, please.